Oh, an empty stream. Are you ready for an empty stream? That's a theme song I'm working on.
It's a good theme stream song.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm working on it. I still have to record
Well, of course.
it.
You'll record it alongside of those
like
One Piece covers.
Yeah, it's in the first draft.
Oh, absolutely.
I gotta get the mix right before I go in.
I get you.
Cool. But when it's done, it's gonna be an empty stream.
It's gonna be hype. It's gonna be hype, and you can use it as much as you please, because I know that you'll play more Nancy Drew games soon.
Hopefully soon. What is that noise?
This noise?
Yeah.
It's a letter I have.
Oh, okay.
Or a piece of mail, I should say, because it's American Express wanted me to sign up for their card, and I'm like, no thanks.
Don't you want debt?
Kinda.
Tempting, I know.
I mean, I always want to have something where I can spend more money than I actually have. That's always the exciting part of having a credit card.
Free money!
Here, go and buy yourself some more money.
With my free money? Yeah.
I realize that I don't have it in front of the alerts and such, but I fixed that.
Oh, so we'll see alerts and stuff.
I hope so.
I see the stream and everything just fine.
That's good. I don't know if we wanted to get started right away or if we wanted to wait for anybody to pour in. I don't really care either way.
We could get going and people will trickle in, I'm sure.
Or it'll just be you and me for the entire time. That works too.
That's okay too.
Yeah, magic. I already had her do her whole... I'm Nancy Drew. Here's my whole thing. I'm so important. I go on so many cases. I have no money, but I travel everywhere.
Oh man, I thought I had the stream muted, but here I'm hearing the Nancy spiel word for word.
Right? I pretty much nailed it in her voice too.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm the detective boy. I solved the cases. Yeah, I'll just click on this ticket here.
Oh, you don't want to read the case file?
Will I not be able to get an achievement? It marked off on my list if I don't read the case file?
I don't know, actually.
Well, I can't risk it, I guess.
For centuries, a fearsome
I guess she's just gonna read it for me. Nancy. I guess I could have clicked on this and found out if I was right about the castle name.
To the woods until it finds a new victim. A wealthy German investor, Marcus Bohm, has called Castle Finster to help him scare out the truth.
Marcus Bohm, right?
Terrifying case. Oh goodness.
What? I just heard Marcus Bohm, but it's Bohm, isn't it?
Yeah, Bohm, I guess.
Bohm. I love a case file. It's like 50 words and has 4 pictures I can see clearly. Alright, well, that was a good use of time. And it has the checklist and everything, right, for the junior detective?
Yeah.
And we're doing junior detective. Germany! A long time ago. Oh my! Spooky. Magic hands. Force powers, come to me.
Look, those big feet.
Let me in! Probably shouldn't run to a dead end. Germany! Present day!
He did the monster mash.
Very loud!
Hey, Spartan.
Are you? No. I'm just a baby detective. I'm a junior detective. How's it going, Spartan? She dead. Yeah, well.
How's your anniversary going?
She had it coming.
Don't want to leave yet.
I hope your anniversary is going great today, Spartan.
Don't want to leave yet.
Yeah, but what if you do just leave?
Yet.
What if you just do leave, Nancy?
Don't want to leave yet.
Nancy.
The world will never know.
I'm glad to give you the option to click this way, but then you can't actually do it. Why even bother giving me the option?
Right now.
I'm glad it was good and full of Chinese food.
The resigned sigh. Yay! That sounds yummy.
I have to do those resigned sighs a lot during these games. It doesn't let me do what I want.
Why can I not do that?
What a loud, obnoxious door.
I think the best time for the resigned sighs are when you're doing something that makes sense, and
but
I have to be
it
like,
does not work.
Right, and I have to be like, you have to do this first, and then you're like,
When you say that. What? Can I talk to someone
banana cream pie sounds delicious.
So delicious.
Maybe I'll let you in. All right.
I have some ice cream downstairs that I kind of want, but I'm also already chilly, and so I don't want to be even more chilly.
You could be chilly, but have a tum-tum full of delicious ice cream, too.
That's true. Okay, so
I'm glad
Chuckie,
you have...
is that Chuckie?
I don't know, is he scared of a lot of things?
I don't know.
Well, clearly this bald one matches with every one of them. Nailed it.
I have red velvet ice cream.
Well, that sounds delicious.
I'm gonna try it out.
Good luck with your training.
Hey, A-Rox. Hey, Fred.
Hey, A-Rox. Hey, Fred. Oh, now I just had the monster mash in my head.
So do you know what you do with this puzzle?
I mean, I just match the two Frankensteins that are matching, right?
Yep, and then click check match when you think you've got it.
Gotcha.
He did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash.
I got it. Okay, I solved it.
Nice job. Now for part 2 of your test. Lucas! You passed, good job. Gotta go.
Now for part 2 of your test. And Nancy just pulls the rope down and Lucas down too.
Sorry about Lucas.
Sorry, just 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I just had to move the chat box so I could properly see Fred judge you for having not chocolate enough ice cream.
I like lots of ice creams.
Me too.
There are very few ice cream flavors that I've been meh about.
Well, now that I got access to the gate and the gate's open, time to leave.
Go see Carl.
Oh. Let's see Carl. If I
Gotta
want
go
to
see Carl.
Carl. Achtung! Yeah! Nancy, why would you stand there and watch it? It's like you want to die.
This might be the fastest Nancy death that you've had so far.
I had a feeling that's what would happen. But I wanted to see it happen anyway. My one friend, Royds.
Good old Royds.
Yep, he took German in high school, and I think it was mostly just to yell at us in German because he thinks it's funny.
I heard it's kind of a difficult language, but also languages do not come easily to me at all. So
that's like doubly bad then. Carl, that portcullis kills people. So he also liked to yell at my dog before we had Twix, Snickers.
Snicky?
Yeah, and he wouldn't call her by her name, but rather he would just call her by a very nondescript way. Or it's descript, but like it can apply to many dogs anyway, because he would just call her little dog.
Aw.
And he would just yell at her in German, and I think she eventually got, like, when he first started doing it, she was super small, so I think she was kind of fearful, but she also paid attention because it was so loud. So he would just yell, "Achtung, little dog!" And then whenever he said that later in life, she would kind of just like lay down in front of him because she was afraid that he would do something because he is much larger than she is and she ever was.
Aww.
You took German all 4 years of high school? That's awesome.
I took Latin in high school.
I took Espanol, which wasn't a bad choice for me. Ah, not now, phone. Phone, not now.
Nancy, it's Ned.
Hi, Ned. Sorry, the
Man,
reception
how
is
full
a
of yourself
little
do you have to
bad
be
here.
having a picture of a heart and then your initials with your boyfriend
Took a lot of work to put together,
as your, like,
it's gonna be worth it.
Well,
profile
there's been a
image thing?
hang-up. Sorry.
Of course there has. Does this mean I have to cancel our plans again?
Yes, but I promise I'll hurry home as soon as possible.
I've heard that one before.
I'm sorry I can't be more available, but
Let's
I'm in the
add
middle of
some more
something
drama
pretty
for no
important here.
reason.
So what? I'll just hang out at home being bored? Nancy Drew, international sleuth, gets to go out adventuring, while Ned stays at home.
Well,
again.
do something
I'm sorry
else,
you're
Ned.
not having a better time. If you're not having fun, then
Wow.
go out and have fun.
You know what? Forget that I even said anything. I can see that I'm not that important to you. So forget it.
Fine.
Fine.
That
Fine.
was not great.
Sometimes I feel like they just add these things because they can.
They do,
Not
yeah.
because it doesn't add a whole lot to the overall story.
It's one of my critiques about this game.
I mean, they
is
did that in that Sea of Darkness thing too. I
They
think it was Sea
did.
of Darkness.
And there's Ned drama in Midnight in Salem, too.
Well, nobody remembers or cares about that game.
I have to translate that.
Just guess what it means, Nancy. Fine, Ned. Ned Nickerson. In the CW Nancy Drew show, I believe he goes by the name Nick.
This must be the
Nederson?
room that Carl set up for
No,
me.
just Nick. His
Oh.
name is Ned Nickerson, but he goes by Nick
Oh. Gotcha.
for some reason.
Hey, Hammer.
Oh, good, it is working. Nobody probably remembers Ned. Wow. When I think Ned, I think Ned Flanders. Not Ned Nickerson. Thanks for the host, Hammer. Hope you're doing well. And thanks for shouting out Fred. And Hammer.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Ah, featuring Polka Prowess.
That's my favorite band.
Polka Prowess, as covered by... Well, my mind totally blanked on what I was going to say. Good job, mate.
It happens.
Oh boy, gift shop purchases delivered there. That's convenient. Whoa,
Let me grab
creepy.
my
How does she...
blanket from across the room. I'll be right back.
Creepy. How did this person already know Ned's number and put it on this post-it note? Hey, Kat. How's it going? And to answer Hammer and Cat, I'm doing okay.
Hey, Cat.
Oop.
V, I have a question for you. You might not have heard it though.
What the question? I'm sorry. Yeah, I may not have heard it.
How does the person who like set up Nancy's room already know Ned's number and these other people's numbers?
They hacked into her cell phone.
Good enough for me.
Okay.
Hey, CJ.
Hey, CJ.
Who would want to know Ned's number? Nancy, probably. They're so
And you can just
good
click
for
on
each
the
other.
post-it note to dial it.
I did see that.
Okay.
This might come in handy.
Yes, thank you for showing out Dub Bubs and CJ.
One thing that I think is so strange about Nancy Drew game is when you pick up like a something to English like pocketbook, and Nancy just like smacks the book on text and it suddenly translates.
Isn't that how it works IRL?
I've never tried, so I don't really know.
Well,
But
maybe you should try smacking books against other things
true.
to see what happens. Can you hear myself and V okay, everybody? I just want to make sure. I tested beforehand. It seemed okay with the game.
Yeah, exactly. Until we get what we want.
Sounds great. You're great.
You are great. You guys all great.
It's true. Never mind those things I said earlier.
There is this Castle Finster is confusing to navigate. I'm just gonna give you the heads up now.
I figured. German architecture.
So like when you're here, yeah, there's
Your
like all
family.
these up. Yeah,
Olive Garden.
but it's like there's so many weird hallways and up and down steps, and it's just very strange. It's very strangely set up.
Castle Finster is still confusing to navigate to me, no matter how many times I do it. It's a
I
little
have
wonky.
only. Also, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that I have hints pulled up because I have only played this game twice in my life.
Oh, interesting.
What did you
Yeah.
do to Ned?
It's one of the
Hi,
games
Frank.
I've played the
I'm
fewest.
serious. You better hope his brain is under warranty, because you have broken it.
Oh no, is he really upset?
I've never seen him this upset before. Joe's working overtime to cheer him up. I don't
You
know
destroyed
exactly
Ned.
what's
Well,
going
Nancy
on,
was
but you
kind
might
of a
want to give
jerk,
him a call.
too.
Ugh,
Both
the
people were
connection is
jerks.
awful. Give me a call when you've got a better line. Let me know what you're up to. Joe and I will keep an eye on Ned.
I'll let you go. Bye.
See ya.
I'm busy staring at this attention, fire here door.
It's locked.
But I want fire here. Aww. Well. Okay. Carl, where are you? Carl!
I can tell you how to get to Carl if you want, or you can just keep exploring.
I'll just keep exploring for a little bit. I think
Okay,
it says,
that
woo,
works.
fireball! Probably. It's
Yeah, it
getting
looks like that's what it says.
attention. Getting hot in her.
Danger. Hot people only allowed.
Ah.
Pretty sure that's how it translates.
Probably. So wait, did you ever actually post that thing? That I jokingly said earlier?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I did it. I found a room.
Yeah.
Terry, you're allowed. Well, that's very sweet of you to say.
There must be a specific order to play these in.
Hit
it.
Nailed it.
Hit
Pretty-
it with your hands.
Pretty sure I solved that mystery case.
We already know who the monster is. Got him.
So this is the entrance room again.
Yeah, I gathered that it was.
Okay.
Which is why I said I did it.
Oh, okay.
I just found the entrance again. Wha-bam!
Smack in that text with that book.
Someone was said earlier. Whack it with a book until it submits to give you the information you want. That's what I missed saying earlier. Reading earlier,
Oh, okay.
Rather. Portrait damaged by fire in 2006. Though attempts were made to keep the portrait in its original state, some restoration work was required. I can't translate the photo, though.
Man, that German photo. I need the American version, please.
Can you speak American photo, please? I really need you to. It's a problem. I don't understand German art, but I understand American art. I went around in a circle. Are you not
Nope,
proud?
that was a new hallway you just walked through.
Yeah, but I thought I went.
Oh, I see you're going through it twice.
Yeah. And I'm just smacking my German book against things, hoping that something will happen.
Eventually something will happen, I
It
assume.
looks like I need to match the glass pattern, but I don't have all of the pieces.
How do you know that? How do you know that, Nancy?
Nancy knows everything. Nancy knows everything.
Oh, Burgermeister, that sounds great.
Her boyfriend happy.
Playing with toys again, huh? That's cool.
Me too.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Professor
I don't know
Sparrow.
if you heard the end of my song.
No, I didn't. Except how to keep her
Fine.
boyfriend happy.
Yeah. I thought I was funnier
You
than
must
I
be
was.
Nancy, yes?
It's the
That's right.
Burgermeister.
I'm here to help you take care of the monster sightings.
He mice burgers on everybody.
There is certainly no monster, Fraulein, and there have been no monster sightings.
No monsters.
Everything is fine. There is no need for
Are you wearing a
alarm.
wire?
We have a huge monster problem here, literally and also figuratively. The monster is huge, and it is also a huge problem. I need
Comments to the
your
toys.
help.
I'll see myself out.
Why are
You
you
want to be
doing
the hot
that?
dog meister? You can,
Doing what?
CJ.
Talking so loudly.
Can I be
Who is
Nacho
listening
Meister?
in?
Yes.
I am the Burgermeister, Nancy. If I appear to be
Because
scared,
melty
how
cheese,
will
you know.
everyone feel? The last thing I need
you have
is
any
the
cheese
castle
facts
newspaper
for us?
picking up on how bad things are.
Give me
The
5 minutes.
castle has its own newspaper?
5 minutes. Okay.
Of course. Doesn't yours?
I don't really live
Comments
in
to
a
the toys. I'll see
castle.
myself
How
out.
do you protect yourself from peasant uprisings?
It's never really
If
been
you
an
didn't make
issue.
comments about it, I
Can you
might
tell
have.
me a little
So
bit
I'm glad
about
you
this
did it.
monster?
What? You want details? It's a monster. It is monstrous. Get rid of it, please. And thank you.
Shut up, Burgermeister. I just want to comment on your lederhosen.
I like your lederhosen.
Yes, yes, get it out of your system now, Fraulein.
What do you mean?
No one likes lederhosen. Look at these.
Can I
All
be
of these
Pie Meister? Yes, you
straps
can.
and hooks and what have you. It's like I can't be trusted to keep my shirt on. Do you know how long it takes me to put these on in the morning? 9 minutes. And it's not that I
9.
look good. I look like a sad old Pinocchio.
Then
No
why
minutes?
do you wear them?
It's part of Marcus's Bavarianization of the castle. He wants to give tourists a more authentic experience when they come here.
It sounds like you're not a fan of that idea.
I grew up here.
That's
I know
it is
authentic.
fast.
If he wanted authentic, he should have come to me instead of stuffing the castle full of idiotic tourists. No offense to you.
Why would I
and
be
your fanny
offended?
pack-wearing, loud-talking country people.
It sounds like you don't
I'm
like
trying to
tourists.
recollect the cheese fact.
We have no
I'm still here.
business having tourists
okay.
here. It isn't
I'm
right.
just racking my brain for all of the
I thought you were taking a nap
huge
so you can
amount.
find a cheese fact.
no. No, I just have so many cheese facts, you know. I
You're just trying to find out the perfect one
Yeah.
for the German stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Mystic, how's it going?
Earlier, you hit some things when
Hey,
I came
Misfit.
in. Were they dolls?
How you doing? How you doing?
Fräulein, these are not dolls.
Okay, what are
they're
those
action figures?
items?
These are injection-molded, professionally crafted, physical, tactical, multi-directional place-holding avatars.
It all makes sense now.
Oh, right.
Therefore, a fully immersive, strategic, map-inclusive campaign tabletop set I've built.
Okay, I know those words, but
It's
that
hot.
is the extent of what I,
I hope
took
you're
away
staying
from that
cool.
sentence.
You Americans would call it a game.
Oh,
A game.
yes, we would call it that.
But that is because in the rest of the world, games are not taken seriously. Here, we take games very seriously.
That was a mouth.
Very
It sure was.
seriously. That is why German board games are the best in the world.
They are?
Yes, they are. Just so you know, many of the most popular games throughout the world actually were created in Germany. And now I'm working on creating a new game. When it is done, it's going to turn the strategy world on its ear. Which, now that I think about it, as an expression,
I'm
does not
struggling.
make a great deal of sense.
I mean,
What's that?
you don't have to actually come up
Because
with
why
it
would it be on
if
its
you're
ear?
struggling this much.
This is
I'm
preposterous.
like really trying to come
No,
up with
the other
something
thing.
funny and
Why is this
clever.
game so...
And like
I
everything
can just,
that pops in
I can
my
just
head is
imagine
just
you.
that.
You're muted yourself, and you're like,
It's not perfect yet, but it's pretty great so far. At least that is what I think. But you should be sure to tell me
Oh,
what you think.
goodness.
Don't be shy. I can always use constructive criticism.
so. Well before I was ever introduced to any of these games, I was fully aware of how fond of board games Germans especially seem to be. There's like a yearly one that introduces. There's a yearly like convention of sorts that introduces like new German design games and all that kind of stuff that happens in October or November or something each year. I think it'd be
That's
really
fun.
fun to kind of go there for that.
That would be super fun.
Thank you for the host, Riddy. I appreciate it.
Hey, Riddy.
And it's in the city of Essen, and it is called Essenspiel,
Cool.
or Essen Plays, I guess would be the translation.
I totally dig that.
It'd be pretty fun to go.
Sure, I'd love to.
Great! It's called Raid. The game
Raid?
is very
I
simple.
feel like-
It's just about using
I
the
feel
best
like I've seen this
strategy and of
before.
course finding the
I
coolest
do
looking
love
character.
playing Raid.
Ready?
I'll play blue if you play the other two colors.
Oh, excellent.
What should I play on?
I find that
Let's go
A
German.
lot of the-
Sounds good.
I've heard that. I found that the difficulty really only affects how long it takes because a lot of it is luck based, and then the intelligence of the AI is increased in harder modes. But it really just depends on how much you want to play.
Well, whatever. I'll just pick hard.
okay.
Fixed. Rolling a 5. Yay.
So, do you know how this game works, or do you want me to give you a little like run through?
Well, I think that I know I spin and then I move, and then after I move, I show a card, and I think the value of the colored space is the value I want to focus on, and that's the one I try to have the higher number on.
Correct. So yeah, you want to
So
check all your cards.
Like I'd want
you
one of the
wanna-
2 9 ones that I have for the green. and try
Correct.
in order to try to win.
The flower spaces do something though. I can't remember if the flower spaces mean you have to relinquish a card and then
CJ
play.
just says just be careful because you're going to throw away a card right now. So I guess
that's what I thought. I think you have to throw away a card on the flower spaces.
So I will get rid of. I'll get rid of the Donkey King because none of his are outstandingly high.
Okay. And then you challenge one of the two AIs.
Hi, Otto. How's it going?
Autobot, how's it going? And then throw out your highest green number.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you if you win or not.
I did win.
Yes. So because you won, you get to move forward. You see underneath the name, there's what looks like a weird fraction. But what that is, that number underneath the name on each card, basically means if you win with that card, you get to move forward that many spaces. If you lose to that card, you have to go back whatever the second number is. You have to go back that many spaces.
I see that now.
Okay.
Still sick. I'm actually want to get. Oh, I'm sorry that you're still sick. You haven't played this one? I'm sorry, Paige. Oh boy, one space. Oh, when I land on a white space, I just move to the next white space?
Yep. And if you land on a black, you go back to the previous black space.
No, I didn't win it. Not your fault, it's my own. I mean, I guess I'll face the person with less cards, because maybe they're less likely to have something that's good.
That's usually my strategy, but I know people who play differently, and that's fine.
We tied!
So then nobody moves anywhere.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I think not moving is better than going back.
Oh, absolutely. Hope you're doing well, Paige. Thanks for being here. Wait, I don't know. Oh, he challenged me red?
Yes, so yellow is challenging you on red.
I win!
Sweet.
Anything but one. Sweet. I'm glad you're alright.
Yeah, when you land on heart spaces, I think you already figured this out, but you get an extra card.
Of course you have a 15. But, that's okay, I had a 15 too.
Part of me kind of wants to, like, it would be great if Her Interactive actually made, like, a raid board and cards. I would pay, like, $30 for a game of raid.
That would be cool. Oh.
Nice job.
Don't congratulate your other player. He's your enemy. Pay Dirk to make one for you.
Yeah, I think the worst thing about hard mode is just that the AI is pretty intelligent. So if you have bad luck and smart AI, it can get frustrating.
If it happens, it happens. Like
right now,
I've
you
never
keep
gotten
landing
a fairy.
on blues, and you're not really getting a.
Oh well. I've seen better days. I'm sorry, Mystic.
Big hugs all around.
Yeah. Oh, that's nonsense, getting a white. Oh, well, I get to land on the black space. So that's pretty cute.
Oh no, you're getting back so far.
But both his pieces got on the white space.
Oh man.
I guess purple lets you take a card from somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta discard a card. This is going... It sure is. I could not be happier with how this is going.
Yay, getting to relinquish a card.
Do you think the corn cannoneer works at corners creepy?
Probably.
Rolls a 1, nailed it. Yeah!
Also, I think he lost his shirt somewhere.
He's just a big fan of Twilight, especially Jacob, who, you know, he just can't stand shirts.
You know. Who needs shirts?
Not the corn cannoneer.
Yeah, he got a couple black spaces, that's good.
How about I don't land on a blue space for a change?
That would be really cool, wouldn't it be?
A win for Nancy Drew.
A win for Nancy Drew.
Professor Sparrow is my favorite card.
Well, you do love Burbs.
He's so cute, too.
Shirt's overrated. Mystic gets it. Oh no,
Would you rather
not that
be
white
required
space.
to wear a shirt or wear pants?
Me personally, right?
Yeah.
At least I drew another blue. Hey Steph, how's it going? A win for Nancy Drew. Nancy, look 80 spaces away. Calm down a bit. Oh, waiting for Nancy Drew. Oh gosh, I don't know who to. I guess I'll just choose that one. I feel like I'm gonna lose either way. Clothing is overrated. Gold Thumb is creepy.
Gold Thumb is very creepy.
Oh dear, how do I tell my mother she can't come over because she hasn't been social distancing? Just like that. Sorry, Ma, you haven't been social distancing, so bye. I think I was challenged on blue.
Yes.
Well, might as well play my highest card.
I'm doing pretty good today, Steph. I've had a good day. It's been a while since I've had a day I'd say is genuinely good, so I'm really happy for today.
Aww.
Yellow getting real close.
Yeah, he is. Guess I'll get rid of my one card. I don't suspect. Yep, I thought you'd have the 14 yellow. Oh wait, I was looking at green. Oops. I only had one card anyway. She's in traveling with a bunch of people. Yeah, then. Don't challenge me. Oh no! Of course I have a crappy colored card too. Yep, I lost.
Man.
Nothing I can do when yellow has
Yeah, it's just this game really does come down to like a combination of like luck and, you know, just hoping that
I loved it.
your AI doesn't get to like hoard cards like
said
that.
to myself, Carl,
So.
this is the one. This
But
is
that's
a
how it
game
works.
that's going to put you on the map.
Super RNG.
Here, take this for your trouble.
Good luck, Paige.
Thanks.
Yes, best wishes, Paige.
Who's Lucas?
Lucas is
I mean,
the castle's as a monster.
Was it really a good
What
try
do you
when I
mean?
lost so horribly?
He's the head of security.
You were doing
son,
really
so
great
he's
in the
always wandering
beginning,
around,
and then
meddling,
you just had some bad
talking,
luck.
endlessly talking, chattering away about some inane thing. It never ends with that one. How could someone who knows so little talk so much? The talking is more annoying than all of the pranks.
That's monies?
Can you catch me up on what's been happening with these monster sightings?
The castle
I
is
hope it goes
emptying
well for you,
out.
Paige, if I didn't say
I've never
so.
seen people be this nervous. You've got to get to the bottom of this quickly.
What has happened with the monster so far?
Has the monster
You've got
eaten
to get to
anybody?
the bottom of this
No,
quickly.
I've heard
One
all
of the
sorts of
10
things.
more
Magda
cards.
saw him out in the woods last week.
You
She
have to
was
get
out
to the bottom of this
gathering
quickly.
herbs
Yeah,
after
but
a
can I play
rainstorm.
Raid again
She
first?
drops her basket, and when she looked back up, she saw him standing there. She was sure she was going to get it, but the monster just walked away.
Monster lost
Where is
interest.
Magda? Can I talk to her?
You can try, but good luck with that. She's bolted her door, and she hasn't come out since that night. Come to think of it, you should leave her alone.
Okay, I'll totally do
Okay.
Thanks, Nancy.
that. Nancy, you have to solve this case. No, I want to play the game again.
See you later.
Goodbye.
But right though, that was a mistake trying to get it from the monster.
But Ray, though.
You right, ready? Well, golly, I hope I can look at this display and not totally destroy it. Oh my gosh!
Have you seen this
Look
before?
at that mess. I want you to put everything exactly the way it was.
Sorry, I will.
Maybe, if I feel like it. But right though, that monster isn't that kind of Nancy. Good job, Nancy. Butterfingers. Oh, I think that was your Discord that was making a noise, not mine.
Was it?
I thought I heard a Discord noise, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
It looks like I'll need to get the trays to
Oh,
their
it was,
original
but
levels.
I didn't hear it in my headphones.
I hear all. No, you have to work for 600 years to fix this. Eh. What else was Nancy gonna do? Solve this case? Nah. Play Raid is more like it. Oh dang it, I didn't mean to close it.
So,
That's weird. This character has something
with the
special going
balance
here.
puzzle, a lot of things that something that gets missed a lot when I see people play this is that it you have to sort the cards by
What their
hero.
character type is, right?
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people just miss that. So that's the
Okay.
only reason I bring it up, is because I've seen people struggle with this because they don't actually sort
Right.
the people into monster, hero, and magic.
Right.
So
I
yeah.
figure there are 3 of each.
Yep. And then like there's little like lines, I guess, on the back of the wall of the scales, which is where each scale should sit. Like the bottom.
Okay,
of each scale
yeah,
should
I
sit
see the
on
middle
top of the
one.
line.
I see where the middle one's supposed to be right now, and I think
Yeah.
I see where the other one is. Now I just have to figure out which one each one is. You know, I don't think I even saw a wolf be played when I was playing.
You didn't see what when you were?
I didn't
play?
see the big bad wolf or whatever be played.
Ah.
However, I don't understand the reason the scales moving as they do. I thought about that and I thought it doesn't make any sense to me. Magic. I should write this down.
I guess I heard a door open or something, and I thought Twix was whining.
I got a pen.
Nice.
Thanks.
I have a pen. I have an apple. Apple pen.
I'm proud of you.
Do you know what I'm referencing?
No.
Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna find a video and send it to you.
Oh, okay.
I'll actually post it in the Discord because now I feel like I sound like a weirdo.
Everybody has to know now. Okay, monster, hero, and magic are the three types. Oh, Golden Man.
Oh yeah. What about Silver Man? Or Bronze Man?
What about Iron Man?
Iron Man the coolest!
I believe you mean Professor Sparrow is the coolest. You know, I'm not going to write down his name. I'm just going to write Purple Hat.
Purple Hat, that works.
He's a monster. What about Rusty Man? What about Rusty and Big Robot and Rusty the boy? Dang it.
What?
There was a cartoon. And it was like Rusty the boy robot and Big or something, or Big and Rusty the boy robot. I never watched it.
I don't know what that is.
Pen plus pineapple
Hey,
plus
Oscar.
apple. Yes.
Pen, pineapple, apple, pen. Exactly. Oscar knows what I'm talking about.
Oscar's just on top of all these things.
Oscar knows like everything, pretty sure.
Oscar's pretty fantastic.
Oh, he is so fantastic.
Thank you for John Oscar. It's a matter of the Rusty Roos boy. Is that a throwback?
That was something that Lachlan used to say. Oh yay, I'm glad you know it too, Riddy.
Did not expect Sailor Red Braid to be a monster, but here we go. Here we are.
She's such a monster. Hey, Angel.
Hey, Angel. How's it going?
Hey, Angel, did I miss any Dream Daddy? I think I may have.
She finished her playthrough of it. Did you see the end of it?
No, I didn't. I'll have to go back and try to catch up then.
The last time... Thank you for shouting out Oscar, by the way. And Angel.
No problem.
Yeah, the last time she streamed, which was sometime in the past week, I think, she finished off Dream Daddy, her run, that run anyway. Oh look, it's Grandma Fairy.
Yeah, that's me. In like 2 years.
2 years you'll be a granny, or 2 years you'll be a fairy?
Both.
Wow. You just have everything going for you. I got nothing. It's the corny boy. He is the corny boy. He is the one who shucks. Monster. Also, I'm good. Just got back from a haircut. Also, oh,
I bet your haircut looks super fresh.
I'm sure it looks beautiful. Angel is always looking beautiful.
Always.
I'm very glad I get my haircut again. My hair gets out of control very easily. I'm glad you can too. I still need to get a haircut.
My sister trimmed mine for me when she came down for the 4th.
Oh, that's nice for her.
It was nice. And I didn't have to go out to do it.
Mirror boy, the one who reflects.
Mirror boy. I am the mirror boy.
I'm the one who reflects.
Have you watched Game Grumps play White Wolf of Icicle Creek?
I watched a little bit. I haven't watched all of it.
It is something else.
Oh, I can only imagine.
They didn't finish the game, at least not to my knowledge.
I figured as much. They're playing the Wii version of it, I believe.
Yes, Angel, exactly. It's something else for sure. It's hilarious, but it's pretty crazy. But I always think about that exact scene, Angel, when they're making fun of Ollie and they're like, I shot and I missed. I shot and I missed.
I think you mentioned that to me before.
Yeah, and I've heard them reference it in other videos where they're like not even playing Nancy Drew.
Yeah,
like,
that sounds like them. The one who reflects what you expect.
They have they've played White Wolf of Icicle Creek and Ghost of Thornton Hall, I believe, but I don't think they finished either one.
Yeah, that sounds like them, all right.
There's very few games I've seen them finish.
That's okay. Even if you kept up with them, you would have the same exact thing to say. I mean, even in that video compilation I showed you earlier today about how he's the video game boy.
Yeah.
He says, and I don't remember who he was with, but it wasn't Danny, it was somebody else. He said, wow, you really are the video game boy with all those games you have, but you never finished them. He's like, well, yeah, I am the video game boy, I'm just not very good at them.
Exactly, Angel. Game Grumps finishing games, never. I have watched 2 complete playthroughs by them, and that was Undertale and Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, which I enjoyed both of those very much.
Ross and Barry were better. It's true, but they don't really do too much anymore.
Yeah, I think the most annoying thing about this puzzle is just kind of like, kind of like what everybody kind of categorizes into, and you just kind of have to like wiggle them around until they balance where they should on the scales. Oh, you're so close! But it's so close!
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh? Oh? Is that it?
No,
Oh,
I guess I'm
so
still
close.
slightly off.
Yeah, I think the one on the left is just a little too heavy, and the one in the middle is just a little too light.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's try this. Oh boy.
You know what I just thought of?
Your cheese fact?
No, I wish. But I just realized something for, I think, the first time.
What's that?
So I just noticed that the monster label is yellow, the hero label is blue, and the magic label is red. And I wonder if the weight has to do with the number of that category.
Oh, maybe.
That's just, I've literally never thought about that before, but perhaps it is somehow related? I don't know, I'm just kind of speculating, so I don't know. Oh, yes, you would think so, but it still doesn't make sense because I tried to do it that way. Oh, well then, never mind. It's just the fiddle game, I guess. Ooh, the reading's so close. The middle one looks so perfect. But I can't tell. It kind of just seems like the right and lefts are maybe a little off, but...
Brilliant puzzle. Trial and error. You know it.
Got it.
Got it.
Wait.
Yes! Great job.
Oh, thanks.
I was trying to make some sense of it, and I was struggling
I
to.
wonder what these orders he's talking
Oh, you gotta
about
smack it with your book.
I did that. I smacked the paper with my book. I was like,
Sweet.
wajam. The universal translator sound.
Oh, good night, Steph. Thank you for being here.
I'm gonna head out, have a good night, and enjoy. Oh, thanks so much for being here, Steph. I appreciate you. Hope you stay safe and stay healthy. All the best wishes to ya. Got him. You know it, Oscar. Oops. Wabam! Wazam! Wabam! Carl, no, you don't have a choice. Follow the order that's given to you, or else. The walkthrough just says you'll need to balance the levels and numbers of all the cards. What?
So it is just a trial and error puzzle.
Give me something for
Nancy,
fixing your
glad to
cards.
hear big news. The International Board Card and Dice Commission has announced that they will be accepting new games for review. That means I can sit
Yeah,
right
exactly,
in.
CJ. That's why I was like, wait a second. The colors
great news.
seem to directly
Only
What?
correlate with different categories on the card, which is why I had that thought.
is a simple way of
Well, that's what you
explaining
get
it.
for thinking
Always
something
have-
makes sense.
But this doesn't seem bad.
Not yet, but you'll see. Nothing good ever just happens. Not
It's
in
just
my
a
life,
bunch
at
of stuff
least.
that
I'm
happens.
sorry you don't want to hear any more of my old man problems. I actually need your help.
With what?
Since you're the best raid player I've met,
I'm the best raid player
will you
you've
help
met,
me create
but
a new character?
you're
I know
the
this probably won't work out, but
you beat me
I
quite
want it to be
handily.
perfect.
Oh, I guess I'm just gonna say sure. Oh, I'm still gonna say sure.
Maybe you're the only.
Oh, excellent! Yes,
I was gonna say maybe you're the only person who's agreed to play raid with him, so that's why he can truthfully say that you're the best raid player he's ever played with.
Am I the only one? That doesn't matter.
Or female?
It's gonna be based on a bearskin creature from the old tale. Should it be male or female? Female.
Female.
Mama bears.
Thanks. See you later.
Goodbye.
Jerry Solar joke was gonna make. I'm sorry. I'm the joke stealer, boy. I steal jokes. I'm the one who steals jokes. I fixed them.
Check.
I did.
Can't check that off yet.
Oh.
That's done. Haven't done that. Check.
Frank called me to check in. I didn't call Frank to check in with him.
Check. Check.
All right. How you doing over there?
I'm doing good.
That's good.
I'm getting kind of thirsty, so I might run and get something to drink real quick, but I'm gonna wait a few minutes.
I'm just gonna go around this hallway again because it's so much fun. Not because I keep doing it by accident.
And so, okay, so the weird thing about this place is that, like, the whole thing is shaped like a big oval, and then there's smaller ovals within that oval on different levels.
Why is this gotta be
So,
an
like,
ovalception?
I don't know. So, like, there's a room technically below Nancy's bedroom that you haven't been into yet, and then there's a little side room off the front room that you haven't been in yet.
I did it. I
yeah,
found the
it's just,
entrance
like,
again.
Sweet. And there's like a little side room off of like underneath the stairwell that you can go into.
I know there's
everything's just kind of like layered weirdly on top of each other.
I know there's like a gift shop that I can go into.
Yeah. Oh hey, there was Chuckie on the floor.
I did see Chuckie on the floor.
Guten Abend, Frau. Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Ah, hit her with my German book.
Do I speak German? No, sorry.
No. I am the one to apologize. Carl, the Burgermeister, is supposed to tell me a little bit about
Translate
like
for
the
me.
language you speak and where you're from. This way I can have everything prepared for
That
your
is annoying,
stay.
CJ.
But again, he has
Yeah,
not
just
done
like
this correctly.
chuck it at her head.
I'm Anya, the Castellan. I'm in charge of guest services. I'm here to help you with anything you need during your stay.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nancy Drew.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss
I
Drew.
remember
You sure
specifically
picked an
when this
interesting
game
week to
came
visit.
out.
You must have a
Yeah.
I remember
what's
having
it?
this first
A
conversation
strong
with
heart.
Anya and thinking,
What do you mean?
wow, this is the most
What, you don't know?
fluid Nancy Drew
Then
character I've ever
it's
seen,
nothing.
and being like really
It
impressed
must be
with her.
something, or you wouldn't have said anything.
The castle's worked up in a panic right now, so I have to warn you that your visit here may not be the world-class experience we aim to provide. But I will
then
do
you
my
saw
best to make sure
the
that
true
your visit is a
masterpiece that
happy
is
and safe
Midnight
time
in
for you.
Salem character.
Wow, the fluidness.
It's so amazing. My computer can hardly run it because it's so amazing, not because it's poorly put together. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Oh no, I don't. You just translated what I said. I'm on to you. Found 3 different threads on the message boards about the raid cards. No one had an answer that was anything other than trial and error. I am annoyed. That's how a good puzzle should be.
Non-logical.
And annoying.
Why is everyone a little spooked right now?
Oh, it's... Well, I suppose you'll find out about it anyway. I might as well be the one to fill you in. Mind you, don't get upset. Are you the easily frightened type?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
They were prepping us for
But you do
mid-puzzles.
not need to worry about this, I see.
Puzzles?
How do you say this? There's a monster situation potentially taking shape.
A
Were there
monster
puzzles
situation?
in mid?
Well,
There were Johnny cakes.
That's the buzz around the castle.
And
You
pumpkins.
need background. This
I
castle
gotta
has
believe
a
that
history. Legend
Mid
around
was
here
inspired to
says
include
that a
pumpkins
monster lives in
solely
these
because of
woods.
CJ's winning
Once in a
pumpkin.
great while, he returns, seeking a victim. People think that time is now.
That's my belief anyway.
I mean, pumpkin best part.
And CJ's pumpkin was like the best pumpkin they ever got.
Yeah. CJ Pumpkin, best pumpkin. Pumpkin, best part of mid.
I believe that is historical fact. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Checks out to me.
Yeah.
What makes everyone think the monster
The
is coming here
2025
now?
history books are
As
gonna
long
have
as
a
I've
little
been
blurb
here,
printed in there.
people always pointed out signs of his return. Cows would go missing, flocks of sheep would disappear, claw marks would appear on the trees. Everyone would say, "Oh, the monster will be here soon!" But when he doesn't come, everyone calms down and forgets about the legend until strange things start happening again.
Are strange things happening now?
Yeah, but different this time.
I thought she said Carl's would go missing. Isn't that what she said? That's what I imagined she said now.
Checks out.
How so?
I'm glad it checks out
The
for you.
signs are the same, but everyone is reacting differently. It's spooky. I heard once
I'm
that
gonna point out a
before
little
tsunami,
Easter egg when you're done
all of
talking
the
to her.
animals will run to a higher ground. They just know. That is what it is like this time. We all just know.
What can you tell me about the monster?
I don't know,
That's
Nancy.
that's
A lot
what
of the
those
older
clips
people here
translated
say
to
they've
my
seen
ears.
it, but none of them will
Yeah,
say
that's
what
fair.
it looks like.
Why not?
Was
Not
I
sure.
correct?
Maybe they didn't see it.
You're
Maybe
always
they did,
correct.
and they don't want to remember. But everyone will tell you about the strange things that have been going on.
Like what?
Look, I could get into a lot of trouble for telling you things like this. Can you promise me that you won't tell anyone
Tell me
that I
now.
am telling you this stuff?
I'm sure it's not that big of a deal.
It is. I love this job, Nancy. My job is to make you feel more at home, not to scare you.
I'd feel much more comfortable if I had an idea of what was going on
Pretty sure
here.
your job is gift shop runner.
What's a castellan?
I'm in charge of the overall guest experience here.
Gift
Carl,
shop
who
runner.
you may have met earlier, is the Burgermeister, sort of like the mayor. Or, I mean, that's what he would really be if he actually did any work.
So he's
I'm
Mayor
sorry, that wasn't
McCheese.
really appropriate. Long day.
Good to know.
So, how did you get such a cool job?
I knew people.
I get asked that all the time. It's really fun here and pretty competitive. I got my job
It
by
looks
working my
super
way up
fun.
and managing smaller households and attractions in the area. Then one day there was an opening. I turned in my resume and crossed my fingers.
Is this the game where Nancy yells, "Get to the chopper"? I think so. I think when that's the monster, who later goes by the name Predator, shows up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happens, and then Nancy gets a phone call from Ned while she's in the helicopter, and he's like, "Why is it so loud?" And she's like, "I'm in the chopper." And then the bad guys start shooting at the helicopter, and Nancy's like, "Oh shoot, Ned, they're shooting at me. I have to go now." And Ned is like, "Dang it, Nancy, why do you always gotta be getting into fights and wars and not
Into
including
such
me?"
mischief.
Yeah.
And then she finds a minigun that she starts to use, and she's like, "It's good to know it's here."
And then Frank Hardy calls, and Nancy's like, "Hey boy, what's up?" And like doesn't even mention the fact that she's in a helicopter getting shot at.
Yep. All checks out. And then At one point, the bad guy of the game threatens her life, and she's like, "Come on, do it, kill me."
And it's the monster, and he's
Yep.
like, "No, I'm not that bad a guy."
I'd like to hear your side of the story, and then they all go on Maury together.
Yeah. You are not the father.
We didn't even come on the show for that, but it's good to know. How's it going, G?
Hey, Garrett.
And we all
I think we just wrote a new Nancy Drew game.
And we all learned the importance of practicing safe saving.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, Frank. I'm not doing anything, RN.
You've got some great stuff in here. Is any of it for sale?
Of course. This shop is very popular with tourists.
That's everybody's
Most
favorite
everything
moment
is for
in
sale.
MD.
You'll
At least
find
it
the
should
prices
be.
listed.
Do you believe there's a monster on his way here?
I should ask her
What do you
for
want me
cheese
to
back,
say,
because I'm not
Nancy?
getting any from
I
you.
can't answer anything like that at
Oh,
work.
Nikes.
Thanks for shouting out, G.
Just in case, you know.
Of course.
Please, I won't tell anyone what you say.
I do. It's stupid, I know. But there is something terrible out there. I can just feel it. We all can. It's taken everything I've got to stay here through this.
What do you think of Carl?
Total
I
catch,
think
right?
that Carl has
Oh.
been placed on this planet to test my patience.
So you two don't get along, I take it.
The fact that that man got elected makes me wish we were back in the days when you had to pull
Mayor
a sword out of a
McCheese.
stone or a lake or something to assume power. He'd never be able to figure it out.
How you doing
Too many
tonight, G?
steps. What with the pulling and then the not dropping it and then the remembering to tell people about what happened.
I play games like Nothing, and its sequel, Nothing 2. Game of the Year.
Great game.
Castle Gift Shop Review. 8 out of 10. The girl who mans the gift shop tells some awesome stories, but the gift shop does not have a sword, so that's a loss.
Man. True that.
Do people around here trust Carl?
There's a
Apparently
lot of
enough
dialogue
do.
in this
He
game.
still got the job.
HS got me this game. I don't think she's here.
Oh, dang.
But
What do the people
she's
who
probably
live here
busy or
think about
something.
the
Well, that's
monster?
understandable.
People have
Yeah.
stopped talking about it.
She may watch it
Those who
again, like
can have
watch
skipped
the
down.
VOD.
Those of us who really
If
live
so,
here, let's just
thanks
say you're not going
for
to
the
be
gift,
finding many
HS,
open
I
doors
appreciate
on
it.
a night like tonight.
I really am
People are
trying not to be
scared.
overtly negative about this game
And hi,
because
HS.
I don't hate it.
From the
I
future.
definitely don't hate this game. It's just a little.
From the past? Hi from the past, HS.
This monster, does anyone know why it's supposed to be here?
Greetings from the world
Legend
of tomorrow!
says he comes from the forest.
was
whenever
yesterday.
The girl in the necklace walks the castle
Checks out.
halls, and he will stop
Then
at
again,
nothing to
I have to
steal her
remember
away into the
that
woods.
I've only played this game
Then
twice.
what happens?
Maybe you like it
So-
more if you played it more than 2
These
times.
girls,
Yeah, that's what I'm
they
saying.
are
Like,
never seen
maybe if I was more
again.
familiar with it, I would like it
None of
more.
them.
But
I'd like to buy some
Yeah, I'm
souvenirs,
trying not to be
but
overly
I'm low
negative.
on money.
Doing good, Sarah, by the
Any
way. Thanks
idea
for
how I
asking
could
how
make
you...
more?
I'm doing okay.
People are always dropping coins around the castle.
And how's V
Howard Carl
for
has been
G's
offered
sake?
to pay for people's help
I'm
on that
having
silly
a
game of
genuinely
his.
good day, which it's been a long time, and I'm happy about it.
But then Cap happened. With me.
No, I'm still having a great time. So on my list, Cap is at 19.
Thanks, see you later.
Goodbye.
So bottom half, but not like bad.
It's a good time playing this on stream. I'm glad you did, CJ. This is one of my faves. Huh. She likes this game because his name is on the doorbell. Here. Oh, I found me.
Did you?
Yep. Hi, me.
That's monster. No.
Yeah.
You have way more hair than that.
And that's it.
No.
Everything else is a splitted image.
I was trying to be funny, and now I realize it came off as rude. I'm sorry. Oh, so the little Easter egg I was going to point out is when you're looking at Anya on the bookshelf. Oh.
I'm trying to understand German monster.
Okay. I love the shrug.
I mean, that last one here, the matter-of-factly one, looks like he accidentally groped someone and says, "It's my bad."
Oh, God. Good night, A-Rox and CJ. CJ, don't get me all riled up, okay? Is it a little warm in here all of a sudden? So on the top of the bookshelf behind, like,
good night,
behind
A-Rox.
Anya's
Thanks for
shoulder
being
there.
here. Appreciate you. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
What happened? You look
The
very
picture
sad.
on the top of the bookshelf, it was the slider or the jigsaw puzzle that you did in the basement in the final scene.
Uh-huh.
So that's a little Easter egg in there.
Oh, it's nothing.
I know what nothing looks like, and that is not nothing. That looks like, boy trouble.
Boy
You do
trouble.
not even need to confirm. I know I am right.
How
I
did
just
you...
reminded myself
I know
of
that.
Barnyard.
I've seen it in the mirror many
Gee,
times.
please.
What happened?
It's a long story.
Thought
He's
you were
upset
for the
that we
bar
don't
with
spend
that
enough
ass.
time together.
She's
I
all
said
about
some
that.
things I shouldn't have said.
Snap.
Well, you can always talk to me about it. Us girls have to stick together.
Thanks.
Fake ND fan. It's okay, G. Pretty much for the first, 8 months I was in the ND fam, I thought every time V mentioned Thanos, she was talking about big purple grimace Thanos, not...
I bet that made things very confusing.
It's like, why is V so hot for that guy that snapped people away? I don't understand. She's into some weird stuff.
There's someone for everyone, right?
Oh man, all those people, all those heroes and people dying. Oh, so dreamy.
God. Oh, gross.
Finally, I can ask her about some boyfriend advice.
I need some boyfriend
Do you need
advice.
some boyfriend
You came
advice,
to the
Tara?
right place.
Absolutely.
I think I need to
Okay.
apologize.
Especially when I look like the
Same time, he
monster.
needs to let me
I
live
have
my
more
life.
hair than the monster, but I look like the
Of course, I
monster.
want him to be a big part of it, but I don't know how to explain that.
Well, luckily, this one's easy.
Oh,
For me, at least,
gosh.
as the advice giver. Tell him exactly what you just told me.
That's it?
That's it. Talk it through. Relationships are like plants. They grow stronger if you talk to them. That one works better in German, I think.
Thanks. I'll give it a shot.
I know it will work. Oh, when I
Gee,
was your
please.
age, I had the most wonderful boyfriend. The whole world was always just so perfect when we were together. There's nothing like love to bring order to a scattered world.
Yeah, whatever, crazy lady. If you're not a fan of Mid, you're not a real ND fan. No, I already knew that. Snap, how'd you see my leaked review, CJ? Farmer Thanos got some game, though. Is Farmer Thanos the corn cannoneer?
Basically.
I think just like plants. You gotta do stuff to make them grow. Okay, so, but what if I want to actively kill the plant?
Thanks. See you later.
Bye, Nancy.
So accurate.
Well, then you just ignore the plant, and then it'll it'll wither and die. Which is exactly what CJ wants to see happen with Ned.
You know, some guys just want to see the world burn.
Self-reception is notorious up there. Give me a call back on the landline in your room.
Don't tell me what to do, Marcus Bone.
Okay, CJ. Okay. Okay. Hi, Mark. Guys. Okay, CJ.
Okay, CJ.
You compare Nancy Drew with anybody from the series. Who do you pair Nancy Drew with?
Dee Dee.
I'll laugh if that's actually the answer that he gives.
They'd be so cute together.
There's one more room for you to check, and it's the room that's directly below Nancy's bedroom. But that's the only room I think you haven't checked in the place yet.
I guess I should have talked to Chuckie when I had the chance.
I mean, he stays there for pretty much the whole game, so...
Good. I'm busy looking at other things. Chuckie, you're gonna have to wait your turn. CJ is and Agent of Chaos. And
Nick Falcone. Is that your answer, G? You would pair Nancy Drew and Nick Falcone? No, it's fine.
I think anybody's more than welcome to
first.
answer the question if they have an answer.
Yeah. I actually think that Nancy Drew and Nick Falcone have pretty similar drives, so like their motivations are pretty similar. So I could dig it.
I can dig it. He can dig it. He can dig it. We can
I just,
dig
you know,
it.
wish he would change his shorts into something a little more flattering, but it's fine. I like Nick Falcone. He's cool. He's my favorite character in the final scene.
Mark your calendar. Only 2 days remain until the start of Die Ugenhoiklichkeit Nacht Festival.
Got it. Nailed it.
Celebrate another year with no return of the legendarily terrified monster. The annual event kicks off with a traditional cattle release. Back into the pastures. Activities and entertainment continue throughout the day. With our local stars, Polka Prowess, headlining the evening performances in the main courtyard. The complete festival schedule and competition sign-up sheets will be available at the information booth during the festival. Experience the fun, celebrate the life.
I have seen the shorts.
V, ask your question again.
Oh, CJ, I asked a question and I addressed it to you, but G answered it, which is fine. Everybody's welcome to answer it. I said, CJ, since you don't think Ned is...
You're slightly against Ned as a character overall. Ever so slightly. I mean, you hide it well, but...
I asked, who would you pair Nancy with of anybody in the series? Nobody takes my ship seriously after the Pa and Joanna Riggs incident of 2012.
That was you? I only heard about the incident. It's so infamous in our history.
Yeah. I know exactly what we're all talking about.
I certainly know who those characters are. Malevolent monster may manufacture mob mentality. Wow, she really went all out with the alliteration.
Yeah, you gotta go with those alliterations.
A monstrous terror, I mean that's just a regular terror really, has again descended on our fair castle, leaving many to wonder if the fabled monster has in fact returned. Well, I mean, if the monstrous terror descended on you, then it probably has returned. No, I do not think so, said Karl Weschler, the castle burgermeister. Every now and again, these stories come bubbling back up. Most times, nothing. Weschler's voice may sound confident, but his eyes betrayed a certain worried expression whenever the monster came up in the conversation. We've taken all precautions. We're ready for everything. The upcoming festival should be a time of fun, not fear. While generally the annual festival is a time of celebration and a chance to host excited visitors from around the globe, this year's event is promising to be an altogether drab affair. There is only one time I've seen the castle this empty around festival time, Weschler continues, and that was the year of the accident. Frequent readers may be... Yes, indeed. Oh, snap. Frequent readers may be surprised to hear Weschler made reference to the accident, a topic he's been extremely tight-lipped about since that fateful fall evening years ago. Perhaps the looming shadow of a malevolent monster is enough to dredge up unpleasant memories all around, no matter how deeply buried they may be. In addition to unpleasant memories, a new threat seems to be building behind the castle walls. Officials worry that the That the atmosphere of fear and worry may cause castle residents to react violently if provoked. Oh, I hope so. Wait, Tara, you were user Frankenstein with some hair 365? We had some serious scuffles that were totally real ND ships. I was Frankenstein with more hair, not some hair. Though I can see how you can get that confused. Kind of.
Nancy just doesn't seem like someone who's ever interested in anybody. That's fair.
If only Mysteries were a hot boy. Then Nancy would be all about that boy.
True.
Nancy Drew, is it? I understand you and I have much in common.
We're both
I'm
women.
not so sure. I don't believe we've met officially. Meet officially? What? With papers and a stamp? What is this? Meet officially? Silliness. I am Renate. Officially. And you
Renee,
are Nance.
gotcha.
Officially. Is that official enough for you? Should I invite a third party to witness the exchange, maybe?
Please do.
No, that's all right. What did you mean when you said we have a lot in common? Perhaps I'm wrong about that.
I think she keeps
You're
that
here
around
for
just
the
to
monster,
know that she
yes?
is still smart. Okay, but who is Renate unofficially? Probably the monster.
Probably.
Yes. This is not a wise thing to do,
Although,
especially not for you.
Seems like
What do
she'd
you
be very
mean?
noisy because of all those
Let me tell
coins
you what I
taped
know.
to her front.
You're here for the monster. Now I
She
tell you
probably
something you
jingle
don't know.
jangles.
This monster?
I got
He's
that
here for
jingle,
you.
jingle, jingle.
What makes you so sure of that? I'm a storyteller, Nancy. I deal in fate and tragedy. And when a young girl suddenly finds herself called to a monster's lair, it is always the first breath of a tragedy. I should know. Leave while you still can, Nancy.
The net.
I'm
It makes
not
me
going to
feel
do
alive.
that. I didn't think that you would. You're part of this story now.
Now, I'm having trouble with this crossword. Please tell me that you can't solve this. I wish
Actually,
I knew.
no, I'm not. Sorry, go ahead.
What were you saying?
I was gonna say something, but then I stopped myself because it's negative, and I don't want to be negative. So.
I mean, you can be negative if you want to be negative. I don't care.
I was just gonna say, like, I love talking to characters in Nancy Drew games, but I feel like it has to be well balanced with everything else.
How
And this
well do you
game
know Carl?
just has so much dialogue.
I know him as well as anyone can, I guess. What do you mean? The way he locks himself up in the castle.
I can see that.
He never leaves. He's hiding from the world. Why do you think he's doing that?
In the future, we
I
should
don't
just
know.
have an hour podcast
Yeah,
of us hitting on Ned. You
What
can
are
just
the
have.
chances that the reason is a happy one?
You can have individual
Probably not
episodes
great.
dedicated
Right.
to individual ND games that Ned is any part of in any way. Then you can over-examine the TV show, The Ned Sicker Sons.
Do you think the stories are real? I know. I think some part of the story is. I do not know. But you need to live as if it was true.
I'm glad you
said,
understand.
I know.
Angel.
What do you know? I'm an old woman who speaks many languages. When I'm tired, sometimes the words do not behave as they should.
So the podcast, and I'll be there. I felt the last time that the style was sort of psychologically interesting.
You're right. You know
Maybe
the
I'm just not
expression
paying good
truth
enough
is
attention.
stranger than fiction? Yes. It is true, especially here. Where are your favorite places
Where are
to
your
visit?
favorite places to visit?
The places
The
with
bathroom.
The best food. The people in the north are dull as mud through dirty spectacles, but they make a
That's about it.
an apple fritter that will take up residence in your soul. Oh, and in the Black Forest they make cakes. These chocolate cakes with cherries and cream. Oh, what I would give for one right now. There is nothing like having a full belly and taking a nap near a fire. That does sound nice. It is. Sweet food is my one true weakness in
Jesus,
this
going
world.
straight
It
up.
isn't great for the old teeth. It makes me fall fast asleep. But those are small prices to pay. Oh, all this talk has made me hungry.
Jesus was straight for the jugular. I can agree that Renate is pretty lame.
That's fair, CJ.
This dress looks a bit weird to me. Well, V immediately pointed out how she has like a whole coin purse on the front of her.
Yeah, she like jingle jangles when she walks.
It's how they know that she's coming so they can avoid her. Like you do with a cat and a little bell. Renate's up again. Oh.
Have you heard much about this monster?
Let me tell you a story a friend told me.
No, I don't really
She
hear
stayed
much
here
of
with her
anything
family
anymore.
A long time ago when she was a young girl. Back then the woods
But I
outside
sure
the castle
can
walls
talk.
were a very dangerous place, especially for a little girl. That's why her father told her she was never going to the woods alone. This little girl, she had a small red scarf that came all the way from India. It had a parade of gold-stitched elephants, all walking in a line. She was very proud of it, and how far it had traveled just to belong to her. One day when she was playing in the field, a gust of wind carried the scarf deep into the woods. The girl's older sister saw her walk into the forest. She tried to stop her, but it was too late. She couldn't catch up. 2 girls went out into the woods. One came back.
What happened?
There were monsters in the woods that night.
What kind of monsters? Grizzly type? Grizzly bears? I don't even know if there are grizzly bears over in Germany, but whatever. Get the Black Forest cake.
I don't know.
Get the Black Forest cake ready so she'll spend the rest of the day asleep. I mean, I would welcome that for myself as well. Red scarf. Oh, promising. What kind of monsters?
What kind of monsters?
Does it matter what kind? The
Yes,
girl never
that's
came
why
home,
I
never
asked.
saw her family
I
or
want to
friends
know
ever
about the
again.
monsters.
Who cares
Shut
what
up, tell
name,
me about the
what
monsters.
kind of monster it was? That means nothing.
I just want to know about the monster types. Are they cool?
The story about the girls. Who is this friend who told it to you?
The
You
coolest.
wouldn't know her.
Cool,
I'm
coolie,
just
cool.
curious.
Coolie, coolie,
Is she
coolie,
your
cool.
age? Is she from here?
Why won't it matter to you? Leave it alone.
Why are you here, old man?
Why
Old
are you
woman.
here?
I'm a traveler,
Oops.
much like you. I see the world. I tell stories.
But why are you here now?
I do not know yet. If our time together is a comedy, then I was brought here
I
by
mean, I know
coincidence.
she's got the jingle
if our time
jangles,
is
but
a
I didn't
tragedy,
think that was
then it must
that
be fate.
confusing.
Her name was Georgina Glass. Yeah. That's her fake girlfriend's name.
Yeah.
I mean, real girlfriend. Totally.
Yeah.
Jan Brady can back us up. Nancy, I don't want to alarm you, but there may be a boogeyman. Or boogeyman in the house. Ah!
What did you mean when you said I was part of the story now?
Oscar, we know that the real
You'll
monster
figure
is
it out.
Gamblor.
I think you're just trying to scare me.
And if I am, is that such a bad thing? You have good reason to be afraid.
Afraid of what?
If you don't know by now, look around.
I just got here.
It is a dangerous time to not know who you are and who other people think you might be.
I know who I am. Are you senile?
What do you think of
I
Anya?
mean,
You ask
She
me?
did-
She should
look
be
at
in
that
charge of this
wrinkly
castle.
neck.
She's smart, she's strong, she actually
The wrinkles on the
understands
neck
the
indicate
history
how
of the
old
castle.
she is, much like a
Why
tree.
is that important?
When
well, it's
I'm
like,
here,
okay,
I try not to tell the
I'm
stories
gonna
of
say
what has
something that
happened
might
at
sound
this
like a
castle.
weird observation.
Why
but
not?
hopefully somebody.
Fate has a cruel habit of
Somebody
digging in its claws
here-
when tempted.
Please,
Well,
somebody agree
understand
with me
what
so I
I'm
don't
talking
sound
In
awful.
the event of
Yeah,
disaster,
okay,
I'd
so,
rather have Anya in charge than Karl.
You know, technology's great nowadays. Makeup has improved. You know, there's all sorts of lovely things you can inject into yourself to give the appearance of being young.
Don't do
However,
drugs, kids.
I always feel
like a telltale sign of somebody's age, particularly women, is their hands. Like, you can have an older woman who's maybe had some work done, or she's really great at her makeup, and you know, she keeps looking young, but she has, like, you know, the wrinkled, bony, withered hands, and you're like, that's the sign of somebody's age. And Renata doesn't really have old lady hands, but she does have wrinkle neck.
She doesn't have old lady hands, but she has old lady neck.
I'm so sorry if that sounds
He's about to
like,
trash an old lady.
it's just an observation that I've had. Is that, like, you can usually tell by, like, the hands. Maybe not always, of course, you know, but sometimes.
V just goes up to people and tells them how old they are based on how their hands appear.
It's like, you know, those games at the fair where it's like, I'm gonna guess your age.
Guess how old I am. And then V just
Let me
like,
see your hands.
old.
It wasn't as trashy as I wanted, not gonna lie. I'm sorry, CJ. You know me. You know the level of trashy that I even delve into.
Yeah, I mean, I think CJ was hoping. Have you ever noticed how wrinkly and old people are?
No, I love them. You know, that's gonna be me in 2 years, so it's fine.
Well, I guess having that Fountain of Youth thing for 10, 11 years now has a very terrible price.
I mean, you know.
Terrible and sudden price.
Bye, G. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for being here, G. I hope you had a good time. I appreciate you. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Why don't you tell stories about the castle when you're here?
This land, this castle,
This
is
land
known more than its fair
is
share
my
of
land.
misery.
This land
There's
is
a saying
your
from
land.
where I'm from. When death goes to take
From
a
California?
ride, he follows the road that serves
To
him best.
German
If that's what
land.
you believe, why are you here?
Perfect.
My affairs
Nailed it.
are mine alone. And
Oh, no
anyway,
problem,
a
G.
good
Thanks for being
storyteller
here.
knows to leave the big reveal for the end.
What if I don't want a story? What if I just want to know why you're here?
You're very persistent. I was right to like you. Still, my life's work is words. I know that
She was
well.
just rubbing her
Want to
old
speak.
lady hands
More
that
importantly,
are very
to stay
indicative of how old she is.
Thanks, see you later.
Nobody said anything about relating to me, so I feel like I regret even bringing it up.
I think no, just because of the comment.
Thank you.
I found money.
You're so popular.
I sure am. It's like 2 people, I think.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it was like really bad at all. Just that the kind of setup for it made it sound like it was about to be a lot worse. And then, you know, G mentioned that you're about to trash an old lady. Made it sound a lot worse than what it was going to actually turn out, because it didn't turn out bad at all.
Ned, I'm so glad you called.
Oh, Ned, bad
Ned,
signal. I'm
you know
sorry.
The truth is,
Click.
I'd love to have you here with me instead of all the way at home.
I feel the same way, and I know that.
The best game ever. I just got it. It's really pretty awesome. Let's play a round.
Yeah, okay.
We'll play 2 rounds, and the win goes to the farmer with the most life. Then you get to choose 3 cows to become secret monsters. When you're ready, then I'll guess which of my cows is your hidden monster. Once I'm done, it's back to you to make another kill. Be careful, because if no live cows are connected to a live monster, you'll have to skip your turn, and I'll get to guess again.